We are now just 162 days away from the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by director J.J. Abrams. That is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So, one mysterious aspect of the sequel trilogy that has been a big mystery ever since The Force Awakens is, of course, Rey's lineage and her parentage. We're talking about Rey's father and mother, of course. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams, a couple of months ago, confirmed over at Celebration that there is a lot more to the story to tell in The Rise of Skywalker about Rey's parents in Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey inside of the Lost City, where it's described that she is heading toward the Land of Warriors, where she seeks ancient Jedi knowledge as well as knowledge of the Force to get certain answers about her parents. It's said that eventually Rey reaches the ruins of a Jedi temple, where it's said that on the ground is a large prime Jedi mosaic, far larger than the one seen in The Last Jedi. It's said that Rey begins to sit on top of the mosaic and closes her eyes as she reaches out with her feelings through the ways of the Force, where she eventually hears the Force Ghost voice of Kenobi in a whispering fashion, guiding her through her meditation. It's described that Kenobi's presence is able to offer Rey to remember one of her repressed memories that Kenobi already knows about and was keeping it from Rey until the time was right. Kenobi is described to initiate the realization within Rey that her father traveled to the unknown regions to discover the beyond. Additionally, it's described that with Kenobi's guidance, he also allows Rey to realize that her father was a Force sensitive and knew the ways of the Force. However, it's said that Kenobi does not provide the full picture to it all. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of revelations in this movie, and that it's really going to change our view on The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens especially. So when we look at the character of Rey, specifically her father, there is a lot of mystery that goes into him as a character. We also know that J.J. Abrams worked very hard on Rey's father as well as George Lucas to make the reveal very satisfying to the fans. Now, I want to go over Kenobi and how he is able to offer Rey a big secret about her father that Kenobi was actually said to be keeping away from Rey until the time was right. So this is all said to take place during her travels to the Lost City within a very specific Jedi ruins, where she's sitting on top of the Prime Jedi mosaic. This most likely is the Prime Jedi temple that we have been talking about for quite a number of months now, that's actually going to appear in Episode 9. So, one of the sequences is said to involve where Kenobi's Force Ghost voice, in a whispering way, is guiding Rey through her meditation, where he is able to offer her some secrets about her father, that he was the one who traveled to the unknown regions in order to discover the bridge to the beyond, since the unknown regions is linked to the beyond itself, as well as the fact that her father was a Force-sensitive individual and was very strong through the ways of the Force. However, Kenobi does not give Rey the entire story, or the entire truth, if you will. So this really does raise a lot of questions. Could this very well mean that she is connected to Obi-Wan Kenobi as far as her being related to Kenobi? We have actually gone over a lot of hints and or indicators that actually pointed to that direction. But I digress. The other piece that really does stand out to me the most is how, of course, Rey's father was the one who helped Palpatine create many of his clones before they were destroyed by Luke Skywalker himself during the Battle of Jakku. Now, we already went over that a couple of weeks ago, but what's really interesting about this one in particular is Kenobi's reveal to Rey about Rey's father is that he was actually a Force-sensitive individual and was also strong through the ways of the Force. So you can really see how they're keeping it true to Rey's parents, while at the same exact time they may be nobodies, but there's also going to be more to the story where they are going to be connected to at least some of the legacy characters. Now, like I say, this character could be a son of Kenobi for all we know, where Kenobi would then be the grandfather of Rey. It could be something just like that, or it could be something else entirely different than what the fans are actually expecting to see on the big screen. So, the other piece that I actually do want to go over is that we do know that the Prime Jedi Mosaic is very strong through the ways of the Force, and that's exactly why Rey is able to connect to the Netherworld, pretty much in a very unique way, where Kenobi is able to offer her specific secrets about her father through the ways of the Force. You guys may recall that in The Last Jedi, when Luke was connecting with Leia, that you saw the vibration within the Prime Jedi Mosaic, within the First Jedi Temple. There's something about the Prime Jedi Mosaics that really, I think, is linked to the Force-sensitive individuals like Luke and Rey here, that's going to be fully explained in Episode 9 by J.J. Abrams. And as far as everything else goes, I'm really loving how this movie is going to answer a lot of burning questions that's really going to change our view of the past 8 Star Wars movies that could either be a good or a bad thing by Disney and Lucasfilm. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to moon.